It's literally so hot right now. Right, so we just had an excursion to wrap up our 3rd week of medical school. Is that not so crazy to say out loud? So then I'll do a quick recap of what we did in the 3rd week. Definitely a really full-on week. Had 7 lectures in the first 2 days, followed by more lectures throughout that. Had so much new learning with our clinical skills. We did introductory history taking and how to get the information from the patient, which is actually a little bit harder than I thought, because you've got all these things you want to try and tick off in your head as a checklist, but obviously you're hearing them talk to you, so trying to remember that and the checklist and the questions you're going to ask to get the information is a little bit difficult, but it's actually really fun, and it made me feel excited to keep building on those skills to hopefully get better at them to be able to actually help people out in the future. So that was really cool. Our lab this week was focused on histology, which I'm terrible at, but it was only really basic, but it definitely was really hard for me. But the content we covered this week was so interesting. It was all stuff that I've always loved to learn about. So being able to do it in an actual lecture circle, we did shock, we did blood vessels and pressure, autonomic nervous system, homeostasis, fluid compartment. So it was actually really, really useful. And the case study we had this week, I also found really intriguing. It had a lot of physiological mechanisms involved, and definitely was a really good week. So it's been really tiring, really long, but lots of exciting stuff planned for my weekend / next week before we get back into week 4.